Let me tell you a story. It's a story about a man who decided to disappear. Not from the world, but from the noise. He was a computer science professor at one of the most prestigious universities in America, a place where the brightest minds gather to push the boundaries of human knowledge. He had all the distractions available to him, the same distractions that are available to you right now. But he made a radical decision that changed the trajectory of his career, his research, and his entire life. He decided to stop using email, not just cut back, not just check it less frequently. He stopped using it entirely. For months, he simply didn't respond. He didn't check his inbox. He didn't set up an autoresponder. He just vanished from the digital noise. And you know what happened? Nothing. The world didn't end. His colleagues didn't abandon him. His students didn't revolt. Instead, something remarkable occurred. He wrote more books. He published more papers. He became more productive than he had ever been in his life. He reclaimed hours of his day, hours that he had been giving away to the endless, mindless churn of superficial communication. That man's name is Carl Newport, and the book he wrote about this experiment, Deep Work, is one of the most urgent and important books of our time. We are living through a crisis of attention, not a crisis of technology, not a crisis of information, but a crisis of attention. We have more information available to us than any civilization in the history of the world, yet we feel dumber. We have more ways to connect with people than ever before, yet we feel lonelier. We have more tools to help us focus, yet we feel more scattered. Why? Because we are addicted to the very things that are stealing our time, our energy, and our potential. We walk around with supercomputers in our pockets, and we use them to scroll through other people's vacation photos. We have access to the sum total of human knowledge, and we use it to watch cat videos. We are drowning in shallow work, and we call it productivity. We are checking our phones every 3 minutes, and we call it multitasking. We are lying to ourselves, and Cal Newport has written a book that exposes the lie with brutal, undeniable clarity. Let me paint a picture for you. You are sitting at your desk. You have a project that requires your full, undivided attention. It is difficult. It is meaningful. It is the kind of work that could change your career, maybe even your life. But before you can get started, your phone buzzes. It's a text. You check it. It's just a meme. You put the phone down. You open your laptop. You have 37 unread emails. You start scrolling through them. Most of them don't matter. One of them mentions a meeting later in the week. You respond. You get another email back. You get lost in a chain. 45 minutes have passed, and you haven't written a single word of the project. You haven't moved the needle on anything that actually matters. You have been busy, but you haven't been productive. This is the life of the modern knowledge worker. We are running on a treadmill, sweating, exhausted, but going nowhere. And the worst part is that we think this is normal. We think this is what work feels like. But it's not. It's a broken system. It's a system that rewards the appearance of productivity instead of actual productivity. And it's a system that is making us less valuable, less fulfilled, and less human. Cal Newport defines deep work as the ability to focus without distraction on a cognitively demanding task. It's the ability to immerse yourself in a problem so deeply that you lose track of time. It's the ability to enter a state of flow, where your skills are perfectly matched to the challenge in front of you, and everything else falls away. This is not just a nice feeling. This is the kind of work that produces breakthroughs. This is the kind of work that produces Nobel Prizes, startup unicorns, and career-defining achievements. But here is the terrifying truth. Deep work is becoming increasingly rare. In a world of constant connectivity, the ability to focus is becoming a superpower. The people who can sit down, block out the noise, and produce something of value are the people who will thrive. The rest will be left behind, fighting for scraps of attention in an economy that values distraction over depth. Think about the great minds of history. Think about Isaac Newton, who retreated to his family farm during the plague and invented calculus, developed the theory of gravity, and revolutionized physics. He didn't do this while checking his phone. He did it in isolation, in silence, in deep, uninterrupted thought. Think about Albert Einstein, who worked as a patent clerk, a job so boring that it left his mind free to wander through the universe. He developed the theory of relativity not in a busy office with meetings and emails, but in his spare moments of deep contemplation. Think about Carl Jung, the famous psychologist, who built a tower by a lake where he would retreat to write, without electricity, without distractions, just him and his thoughts. These weren't just geniuses, they were masters of attention. They understood that to do great work, you have to protect your mind from the noise. They understood that the world does not reward busyness. The world rewards results. And this is where the modern workforce has gone tragically wrong. We have confused being busy with being valuable. We have created a culture of open offices, constant messaging, and endless meetings. We have made ourselves available to everyone at all times, and we have paid the price in our sanity and our output. We have become knowledge workers who don't actually do any deep knowledge work. We just shuffle emails and attend status updates. We are the paper pushers of the digital age. But Cal Newport argues that this is a choice. It's a choice that we are making, and it's a choice that we can unmake. He offers us a way out of the noise. He offers us a strategy for reclaiming our attention and our lives. The first step is to recognize that attention is a muscle. It can be trained, and it can be exhausted. Just like you wouldn't go to the gym and try to lift the heaviest weight on your first day, you can't expect to immediately dive into 8 hours of deep work. You have to build your capacity for focus over time. You have to start small. You have to schedule specific blocks of time for deep work and protect them with your life. Turn off your notifications. Put your phone in another room. Close your email. Tell your colleagues that you are unavailable. And then sit down with the most difficult task on your list and work on it for just 30 minutes. Don't check anything. Don't move your eyes from the screen. Just work. And then do it again, the next day, and again, and again. Over time, you will find that you can sustain focus for longer and longer periods. You will find that your mind becomes sharper. You will find that you are producing better work in less time. You will feel a sense of satisfaction that scrolling through social media can never provide. But there is a deeper psychological issue at play here, and it's one that Cal Newport explores with disturbing honesty. We are addicted to distraction because distraction is easy. It is easy to check your phone. It is easy to scroll through Twitter. It is easy to respond to an email. These behaviors trigger tiny bursts of dopamine in our brains, making us feel like we are accomplishing something, even when we aren't. They are the junk food of the modern workplace. They are empty calories that fill us up but give us no real sustenance. Deep work, on the other hand, is hard. It requires effort. It requires discomfort. It requires pushing through the part of your brain that wants to give up and reach for a dopamine hit. That is why most people avoid it. That is why most people fill their days with shallow work. They are afraid of the challenge. They are afraid of sitting with their own thoughts. They are afraid of the silence. The tragedy is that they are selling their potential short. They are trading their future for a fleeting moment of comfort. Let me tell you another story, one that Carl Newport recounts in his book. There was a man named Winifred Gallagher, a journalist who was diagnosed with cancer. She was faced with an incredibly difficult and frightening treatment plan. She had two choices. She could spend her time worrying about the illness, about the pain, about the uncertainty of her future. Or she could decide to put her attention somewhere else. She made a conscious decision to focus on the positive aspects of her life, on the things she enjoyed, on the moments of beauty and connection. And she found that her experience of the cancer treatment changed dramatically. It was still difficult, but it was no longer unbearable. Her attention had reframed her reality. If attention can change the experience of cancer, imagine what it can do for your career. Imagine what it can do for your relationships. Imagine what it can do for your life. Your attention is your most valuable asset. Where you point it, your life follows. And yet, we give it away so freely. We give it to algorithms designed to keep us scrolling. We give it to emails that could have been a single sentence. We give it to coworkers who just want to chat. We are generous with our attention, except we give it to things that don't deserve it, and we reserve none for ourselves. We wonder why we are exhausted, why we feel unfulfilled, why we are not achieving our goals. But the answer is staring us in the face. We are not protecting our focus. We are not doing the deep work. We are not building the skills that will make us valuable. We are not creating the art, the business, the science that we are capable of. We are just existing, floating from one distraction to the next, passing time until we die. The philosopher and psychologist William James once said, "My experience is what I agree to attend to." Think about that for a moment. Your entire life is defined by what you choose to focus on. If you focus on fear, you live a fearful life. If you focus on gratitude, you live a grateful life. If you focus on shallow tasks, you produce shallow results. If you focus on deep work, you produce exceptional value. The choice is yours. It always has been. No one can force you to check your phone. No one can force you to open your email. No one can force you to waste your day on trivialities. You are making a choice every single moment about where to direct your attention. The question is whether you are making that choice consciously or whether you are letting the world make it for you. There is an idea in computer science called attention residue. It was discovered by a researcher named Sophie Leroy. She found that when you switch from one task to another, a piece of your attention stays stuck on the first task. You cannot fully focus on the new task because part of your brain is still processing the old one. This means that multitasking is not just inefficient, it is impossible. Your brain is not designed to focus on multiple things at once. It is designed to focus on one thing deeply. When you force it to switch constantly, you create attention residue, and you degrade your cognitive performance significantly. You are literally making yourself dumber every time you glance at your phone while working. The data on this is irrefutable. The more you multitask, the worse you perform on everything. The myth of multitasking is one of the most destructive myths of our time, and the antidote is simple, but it is not easy. Single tasking. One thing at a time. Complete attention. Deep work. So, what does a life of deep work look like? It doesn't mean becoming a hermit. It doesn't mean living in a cave and never talking to anyone. It means setting boundaries. It means having times of the day when you are unreachable. It means having a clear definition of what is urgent and what is important. It means being ruthless with your time and your energy. It means saying no to things that don't align with your deepest values. It means recognizing that busyness is a form of laziness, a way of avoiding the hard work of thinking. The people who do the best work in the world are not the busiest people. They are the most focused people. They have learned to protect their attention like a precious resource because they know it is the only resource that truly matters. I want you to look at your own schedule. Look at your own habits. How much of your day is spent on deep work, and how much is spent on noise? How much time are you spending building your future, and how much are you spending reacting to the present? Be honest with yourself. The answer might be uncomfortable, but discomfort is the beginning of change. You cannot fix a problem you are not willing to see. Carl Newport wrote this book to hold up a mirror. He is not here to make you feel good about yourself. He is here to wake you up. He is here to tell you that you are capable of so much more than you are currently producing. He is here to tell you that the world is waiting for your contribution, but it will never get it if you keep wasting your attention on things that don't matter. The rise of artificial intelligence and automation only makes this more urgent. The shallow work, the simple tasks, the predictable responses, these are all being outsourced to machines. The jobs of the future will require deep thinking, complex problem solving, and the ability to produce truly novel work. If you cannot focus, if you cannot think deeply, you will be obsolete. The machines will do what you do, faster and cheaper. Your only defense against the robots is your humanity. And your humanity is expressed in your ability to think, to create, to connect, and to imagine. These are the fruits of deep work. These are the fruits of focused attention. These are the fruits of a mind that has been trained to resist the endless noise. You don't need more willpower. You don't need more motivation. You need a system. You need to design your life so that deep work is the path of least resistance. You need to create rituals and routines that protect your focus. You need to understand that every time you feel the urge to check your phone, you are making a withdrawal from your attention account. And like a bank account, if you keep making withdrawals without making deposits, you will go bankrupt. The deposits are deep work sessions. The deposits are the times you sit down, ignore the world, and do something hard. Those are the investments that pay the highest dividends. Those are the moments that compound over time to create a life of meaning and achievement. The story of Cal Newport is a story of liberation. It is a story of a man who looked at the chaos of modern life and said, "I will not be a slave to this." It is a story of a man who reclaimed his mind, and it is a story that is available to every single one of you. It starts with a decision to put down the phone, a decision to close the email, a decision to turn off the notifications, a decision to take your life back from the noise. It is a decision that will be hard at first. It will feel uncomfortable. You might feel anxious without your phone. You might feel like you are missing out. But you are not missing out on anything that matters. you are only missing out on the noise. And in the silence, you will find something far more valuable. You will find yourself. You will find your work. You will find your purpose. So, I ask you, right now, in this very moment, are you ready to do the deep work? Are you ready to put down the distractions and build something real? Because the world doesn't need more people who are busy. The world needs people who are focused. The world needs people who can think. The world needs you.